Line 2, North Portugal.
Hey everyone, it is Tuesday, February 14th. The time is 5:20 p.m. and the temperature right now is around 7 degrees Celsius. And happy Valentine's Day. And that was Dufferin Station I just left. And this is the intersection of Dufferin and Bloor here. For this one, I'll be heading south down Dufferin Street through the Dufferin Grove neighborhood. And then when I get to Dundas Street in Little Portugal, I'll start making my way east. And this here is Bloor Street West. There's the former site of Bloor Collegiate School, founded back in 1925. And that was demolished in 2021. And I think all the students have been temporarily relocated to Central Tech, which is over on Bathurst Street. And I think a new school will emerge at some point in the near future on that site. And right next to it is the old Kent School. And I think they're actually preserving the building for this one. And recently, that was home to what the school board calls a multicultural, community-driven education center. It included the Toronto School of Art, the German International School, and the William Academy. I'm not sure what the plans are for the property once it's been renovated there. And this is south down the west side of Dufferin Street. There's the 929 Dufferin Express bus. And the regular 29 bus, often dubbed the Sufferin' Dufferin. Now I'll be heading south down to Exhibition Place. So this area here is in the city's west end, as it is west of downtown. And on the right is Dufferin Mall. That opened as an outdoor plaza back in the 1950s. It replaced a horse race track. And then in the 70s, the property was converted into an indoor mall. As you can see, it's anchored by a Toys R Us, a Walmart, and a No Frills. And it's been the source of some controversy lately. Although I personally don't see what's so controversial about it. What mall management is planning to do, start developing part of the parking lot. And they will be charging visitors to the mall to park their car. And a lot of people have been up in arms online saying they'll never come back to the mall and that sort of thing. Across the street on the other side is Dufferin Grove Park. That white car had a red light. Just rolled right through it. Just gonna make sure my camera's in the right mode. Tilt lock. There we go. Really see what there's to complain about. If you want to drive your vehicle in the city and park at a private establishment, it's really up to them if they want to charge or not. It's reflective of the value of the land. And someone in my live stream last night suggested that I take a walk through a romantic street, given that it's Valentine's Day. I'm not sure such a thing exists. There's Dufferin Grove Park. Although I'm sure many would agree, Dufferin is far from being a street that you would describe as romantic. For most people, it's just a day like any other day, I think. I've mentioned it before in prior videos, but I used to come to this area as a kid. In fact, I remember my dad would always park his van on that street over there. As he used to run the bowling alley that was just into the right here, just underneath this Marshall's, which I think is now government offices. Dufferin looks kind of like Bathurst Street for the stretch south of Bloor. There's a lot of homes. And towards the major intersections, you'll see some businesses. Sadly, no bike lanes. And this is Lindsay Avenue, which, despite being a one-way street, has bi-directional cycling lanes. And the next major street to the south of here is College Street. So I'll be entering Little Portugal. And I could go left here and continue on in that direction. And eventually find myself walking through Little Italy, and then that'll lead me into downtown. I always like the artwork at this convenience store. It's a bit of an oddity. It has parking out front, especially for a fairly major intersection, but I'll give it a pass as long as they continue to have a mural up on this wall. And a look east along College Street. That lady, there's a lot of cans there she's recycling. I think the province will be introducing a new deposit per can. I don't know if it's a deposit or just a fee. That's to go towards the recycling costs. This is Moutray Street. At one point, Dufferin was voted the worst road in the province. It was full of potholes. It was always kind of chewed up. After our resurfacing, that reputation went away, fortunately. And this apartment building is kind of unique. Doesn't have a lot of windows on the side. And it's got a crap ton of communication towers on the roof. So this is Dundas Street coming up. There's a rare surface parking lot. I guess it was. That is St. Anne's Parish Hall. It's now a theater, and I believe a loft conversion as well on part of that property. All right, time to start heading east on Dundas Street West here. So this stretch of Dundas runs east-west. Although not too far west of here, it starts to curl and heads north. And it actually goes north of Bloor Street. And it becomes east-west again through the junction. And it eventually dips south of Bloor again once you get to Etobicoke. Sukhothai. I talk about this place a lot in my videos whenever I walk by one of their locations. But excellent northern Thai food. Looks like they have Korean and Japanese there. Name just kind of caught my eye, so I thought I'd take a peek. So once I get to Dovercourt, I'll be heading out of Little Portugal and into the Trinity Beltwoods neighborhood. one of the neat things about heading this way on this part of Dundas Street, just make sure there's no cars behind me, is you can see the financial district straight ahead. Although Dundas Street doesn't really align with it. If you keep going east on Dundas Street, you'll end up a few blocks north of the financial district. That might have been some lucky lady's Valentine's Day gift. Look at all the people buying flowers in there. And the next street is Dovercourt. So this is pretty much it for this neighborhood. The Dock and Chill, or the Dock Ellis. I don't know why I read that as Dock and Chill. Named after a baseball player who I believe pitched a perfect game on LSD. That was the Canadian spelling of whiskey. Americans tend to slide an E in there. Normally it's the Canadians throwing extra vowels into our words.
Even though the light is hitting on the top, that keeps the car to
Sounds like an interesting conversation. We've got a Pink Panther sighting and another surface parking lot in front of a convenience store. That place, Extra Burger, is supposed to be really good. And right next to it, Unboxed Market. And just like its name says, the goods there are not pre-packaged.
I was rushing.
There's an LCBO liquor store. Lakeview Avenue Parquet. The Little Portugal Barcelos rooster was gifted to the city by the municipality of Barcelos. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure this is not Little Portugal. Oh well, I guess it's close enough.
Oh man.
That would have been a neat shot of all those people riding. This construction hoarding wasn't there. There's a popular Portuguese bakery. And this area has a bit of a hipster reputation. There's a place called Wasted Youth over there, a dive bar. Another one called the Get Well. And coming up is Ossington Avenue. And I bet the restaurants on Ossington will be pretty busy tonight. And right across the street, blocked by the streetcar, building that says Nazar Snack Bar on the sign. It's home to a popular bar called the Communist Daughter. I remember spending a night there drinking many a Stiegel. Something I don't recommend. The famous Lakeview restaurant. A number of movies and productions have been recorded there, including scenes from the movie Cocktail. And I think the sun will be setting pretty soon. So this neighborhood is known as Trinity Bellwoods. And just up on the right is a very large park called just that, Trinity Bellwoods Park. This would be Shaw Street. A very popular street for cyclists in the city. In fact, on any given day, you'll see more bikes on Shaw Street than cars using it. It's a cute setup. Get on that cab, but I'm not sure that's the smartest or safest way to cross the street there. As a pedestrian, you can cross away from the signals, but it has to be in a manner that doesn't impede traffic. And this is Montrose Avenue. It's a nice looking cannabis shop.
And we also could go, like, if we...
Cannabis beverages, pre-rolls, accessories. It looked like one of those self-checkout style stores. I think that's the look they are going for. It's actually just another cannabis retailer. A crochet store. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. My mom likes to crochet. Not really sure the difference between crocheting and knitting. I think when you knit, you have two of those knitting sticks, and crocheting, you just have one. It's got a big hook on it. Not really know. Nor do I know why I'm talking about it. And we have made it to Grace Street. And you can take Grace north up to Bloor. And it will become Christie Street on the north side of Bloor. And that's where you'll find Koreatown. Happy Valentine's Day. Kind of odd. This building fronts the street. And a look over at the CN Tower. So I'll just keep heading east on Dundas here until I get to Bathurst. I was just thinking of hopping on a streetcar. I don't know if you can tell, but somehow I'm still a bit under the weather. I've been battling the urge to sniffle this entire time. Oh well, not much further to go, just a few more blocks. And I can see if Tilt has reopened. It's an arcade bar. They used to be up in the annex, so their landlord kind of screwed them over. They have another location on the Danforth called Z80. There's Lucky Strike. That place has an almost Miami vibe to it. The fourth man in the fire, pizza by the slice. Was this where Tilt was? I think this might have been it. Don't see any signs indicating what's happening. Oxtail, Faux, and Banh Mi. I know they lost a lot of vintage arcade games in that fire. Something which insurance necessarily couldn't replace. They can give you the cash value. Replacing the machines is going to be a whole other battle. There's a place called Old School. I had a chicken and waffles there during the pandemic. That was quite excellent. It doesn't appear to be open today. That's kind of a modern take on Greasy Spoon classics. I imagine a lot of the popular spots in town will be booked up tonight with reservations, given that it's Valentine's Day. But from what I've seen, I think you could just head into a number of these places without one tonight, at least on the stretch of Dundas that I've covered so far. Pull out a transit app here. See when the next streetcar is coming. It said 13 minutes.
It's obvious it's last minute now.
You're not the only one. You gotta be the third guy to all walk by with flowers.
You had a plan. You called it way in advance.
At least you're doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, have a good night, guys.
I think they've seen a lot of people walking around with that same box of flowers. There's look over to Alexandra Park. People with flowers everywhere. And this is the western border of downtown, Bathurst Street. And just off in that direction is Chinatown and Kensington Market just over there. I'm gonna call it a day. I hope you enjoyed this one. Starting at Dufferin Station, heading south down Dufferin Street to Dundas, and then east over to Dundas and Bathurst. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. And I hope you had an excellent Valentine's Day. If you wish to support the channel, there's links to channel membership and Patreon in the description, as well as an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing below these videos as well. All right, I'm gonna turn off the video and finally get a chance to clear my nose. Thanks for watching. Stay warm, stay safe, and I will catch you in the next one. Yoink.